Welcome to episode 2 of the new season of Turner's Journey. Now, at the end of the last episode last week, I said I had a really busy week this week, which I do, and it just turns out that Monday is a little bit more disjointed than I originally thought. I've got to come up to work really early this morning in order to pack up my demo kit for tonight, and then I've got some domestic things to do for a few hours late morning and into the afternoon. I don't need a huge number of tools for the demonstration tonight. It's relatively simple. It's the red and black Japanese style rice bowl that I did live online last week. But this week I'm presenting it live to Test Valley Turners, which is a club local to us. Really nice club. I'm looking forward to going to see them. So that's this evening. I've had this tool roll for years, ever since I started demonstrating actually, which was 2015. So it's a good 10 years old. It's almost time to try and find a new one. This one's looking a little bit worse for wear. 6 o'clock on Monday evening, and Natalia and I are in the car heading off to Test Valley Turners. It's been a little while since I demoed for this club. They're really friendly and they are tucked away in the Hampshire countryside in a little place called Longstock, not far from Stockbridge. You know, I've not made a YouTube video for ages, but the other day I had an idea and I want to give it a go today, just to see if I can get it work, you know, and crank up the views, as it were. But before that, of course, I've got to sort all of my tools out from last night. Not that I used all of them, but some of them I need to resharpen before I start making this new YouTube video. So the idea behind this video is to help people with the use of the spindle gouge, particularly avoiding troublesome things like tool marks and the bevel rub. But anyway, this is going out on the 8th of August, and you probably, hopefully, have already seen the video. I'm a bit out of practice making YouTube videos, so I've got everything loaded up now into Adobe Premiere Pro, and I'm just going through the editing process. I don't want the video to be any longer than sort of 10 minutes, and I don't think it will be. So I'll have to be fairly brutal with the editing. So it's about 6:45 on Monday evening, and I'm just getting ready for my demonstration this evening, where I will be turning one of these little desk clocks. This one is a little bit dusty, but I do have a very nice piece of olive to be turning this evening's project from. But I can't spend too long chatting here. It's now 12 minutes to 7, and I need to crack on with getting ready and open the doors to tonight's Zoom demonstration. It's Wednesday afternoon, it's just after 5 o'clock, and I'm heading into roughly sort of South London, East Surrey sort of area for a demonstration at Cheam Woodturners. Looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen them since last summer, I think it was, and they've requested a lacquering demonstration, which will be interesting. I don't often do my full-on glass-like lacquering demonstration at clubs, simply because of time, and also a lot of the clubs the venues don't allow spraying, but by all accounts I can tonight, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a balloon shaped objet d'art similar to the one that I did at Sandon the other week, and then tomorrow is day one of a 2-day beginners woodturning class. There we are, and on the A3 and roadworks, traffic jams. There we are. If you live down south, you may well know the trouble with the A3. Morning, it's Friday 20th of June, and I'm sorry I couldn't take any film yesterday. With the first day of the 2-day class that I'm running at the moment, filming on day one is a little bit tricky because I need to get the students settled in and used to the tools, you know, and stuff like that. So I didn't manage to get any filming done yesterday. But I will be today. Now today they're going to be finishing their bowls. We ended day one when they'd finished the outside of the bowl, and then we start day two with the intricacies and the trickiness of turning the inside of a bowl, and then we move on to a lidded box later on in the morning, and then we spend the rest of the day doing the lidded box. But in between all that, we'll go to the coffee shop for lunch. But being first thing in the morning, I need to have a little bit of a sweep up of the floor in here so it's relatively presentable for when the students get back in about 3/4 of an hour at 9 o'clock. Morning, Saturday 21st of June 2025, and we are heading up the A34 again for another demonstration. Today I am demonstrating at Dalmann Timber in Lambourne near Swindon, not too far from the M4. I'm doing a demonstration up there today all day from roughly 10 o'clock till about 2:30, 3, something like that. And as you can probably see behind me, we're loaded up with stuff. I've got the lathe and the toolboxes and a screen and all sorts of other bits and pieces in order to put on the best possible demonstration that I can today. Got no idea how many people are going to turn up, but it's going to be a really nice day demonstrating in the enormous place that Rob and Flanagan have there at Dalmann Timber. There we go. We are now back from Dalmann. We've emptied the car and we're good. It's about 3:30, 3:45, something like that. We had a really nice day over there. So thank you to Rob Flanagan and the team for making us so welcome at their amazing wood shop. So if you did visit, thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you picked up a few hints and tips about turning and also using the Hampshire Sheen range of finishes. And now all I've got to do is put this lot over there, go home, have a shower and chill out for the evening. Oh, tomorrow being Sunday, is the Victorian Cricket Day. Now, you probably don't know anything about that, but each year for the last 20 plus years, I've been involved with a Victorian cricket tournament that raises money for local charities. And it's been going since about 1983. I've been doing it since about 2000, something like that. And I commentate on the day. Now, all of the teams and all of the organisers, including myself, dress up in Victorian garb in order to entertain a crowd of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds to raise as much money as possible for local charities. So that's what I'm up to tomorrow. And but I'm going to sign off for this episode of Turner's Journey. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next week for more Turner's Journey. But in the meantime, here is a little montage of clips of what's going to happen tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.
No, that hasn't been given out because right for 4, I don't think, but they're going to go for 2 again. That's really solid play there. Really solid play by the White Horse. And you can see that by buying raffle tickets and programmes from the raffle ticket tent that is being organised by the Autumn Rotary Club. So there we go with the winners. Big round of applause.